So you're probably tuned into this video because your pool has come to the end of its useful life. You had it looking like this and you probably enjoyed your pool for a protracted period. And now you've got it looking like this, pretty much filthy and stagnant, and you're trying to drain the pool. Or it could be that your pool water is still fine, and you just want to drain out the water. Or, it's come up to the winter period and you're trying to salvage, your pool, you're trying to fold it in and store it away. And now that we're done with the problem definition, I will be showing you how to drain your pool and also where you could let your drainage water out. And so when you purchased your pool, it would have come with the drain connector accessory. The drain connector is what I've got here, and I will be connecting this to the drain valve cap, okay? The male 1/4 inch quick connect of your drain connector goes into your garden hose, whilst the larger male part of the drain connector that's got squares in it goes into your drain valve cap in your pool. So here I've got my garden hose, so I will be plugging in the 1/4 inch male part of the drain connector into the female part of the garden hose, okay? And then subsequently pushing in the larger male part of the drain connector adapter into the drain valve cap, and then screw the drain valve cap, tightly. When the connector connects to the valve cap, you should hear an audible click. If you do not hear an audible click, repeat and reproduce the process until you are sure that you've got, the right connection. The next step would be to locate your sanitary sewer cleanout, as this goes to the treatment plant, okay? So here, I will be letting my water out through the domestic channel drainage, reinforced with galvanized grate. Do not drain your pools, using your storm drain, as this flows directly to local streams. And so now that we have identified our drain out location, we will be connecting the drain connector to the pool, okay? Suffice to say, the drain connector adapter vis-a-vis the drain valve cap onto the pool, okay? So I will insert the larger part of the drain connector, the male part, into the drain valve cap, okay? And as soon as you attach the connector to the valve, the connector will push the drain plug open inside the pool and water will start to drain immediately, okay? So screw the valve cap on immediately or as soon as possible to prevent water from spilling everywhere and making a mess. You don't want your water soaking up the soil and having the weight of the pool sat on that soil. That would collapse the pool, okay? And what have we got here? The water flow rate is very, very slow. It's, you could be here forever and, the pool wouldn't drain out as quickly as possible. It's a lot slower than it looks, and that's because I've zoomed out. If I zoom in, you find out that, you haven't got an increased flow rate here. So how do we get around this? It doesn't matter if you straighten out any kinkiness on your pipe. I think what's responsible for this is, the lack of suction pressure or capillary action. So, without disconnecting the garden hose from the drain valve cap, only retrieve this other end of the garden hose that is flowing into the domestic channel drainage or your sanitary sewer cleanout. Disconnect the nozzle and connect it to the 1/4 inch of your tap's faucet. If you want to see how to install the adapter for your kitchen taps faucet, click on the link in the description. But basically the idea is disconnect the nozzle from the garden hose and connect it to your kitchen tap using an adapter, okay? And that's what we've got here. We've connected the other end of the garden hose to the kitchen tap's faucet. I'm going to turn on the tap to provide suction pressure within the hose. So we're pretty much closing out any vacuums in the hose. The suction pressure is that negative difference in pressure between two places that drags liquid from a higher pressure state to a lower pressure state. In plants, this suctional force is called transpiration, okay? So check your hose for any kinkiness and you straighten out or enable the hose pipe to allow water flow more easily without any impediment. Also more like capillary action where liquids can travel horizontally or vertically against the force of gravity in small spaces within materials such as your hose pipe. So we're going to check the other side of the drain valve cap where we've got the drain plug that's been pushed out by the connector. Since we've got water oozing out from the kitchen tap, just put your hands at the entrance of the plug or the drain valve cap, and you should feel water coming out from there. And that's how you know that that you've got suction all the way from the kitchen tap down to your pool. Okay. And from here onwards, it's pretty much up to you. You can disconnect your garden hose with the tap on or with the tap off. Okay, so this is with the tap on, and you can connect it back, and you can disconnect your garden hose with the tap off. Okay, just by feeling the pipe, I can feel the increased pressure, and listen through. You will hear the sound of water running through your pipes. The basic underlying principle here is that air trapped in your water pipes inhibits the flow of water through pipes. Say for example, in your plumbing system, air bubbles usually find their way to the highest point in your plumbing system. And that's why if you haven't got an automated pump, you can actually get a pipe, stick it into your tank, get a bucket, and just suck out, water through the pipe, and you will get water flowing through. And although I wouldn't recommend it, I have seen where people actually, suck out a fuel from car tanks into kegs or gallons or cans during fuel scarcity. And that's why I've used my kitchen tap to galvanize, the pressure in the pipe to meet halfway the pressure that's coming through the pool, okay? To basically quash or force out, any air bubbles and create that vacuum where the water flows aerodynamically and without any drag or with minimal drag in the pipe. And you can see there's increased pressure. Suffice to say, the rate at which the pool will drain out has been significantly increased. You can see, just by visual inspection, that the rate of water flow has significantly increased. And the same principle applies to tears moving through your tear duct, the absorption of ink by blotting paper, or the upward movement of water in a straw. But when the water level goes below the drain valve cap, you might start to lose suction pressure. And you can get around this by getting someone else to help you lift the 8 feet pool, and so that all of the water settles, in this section, which would raise the water level and provide increased suction. You can disconnect the hose from the other side of the drain valve cap, leave the plug open on the inside of the pool but screw the drain valve cap back on, and then submerge the garden hose into the pool. Connect the other end of the garden hose to your kitchen tap. Turn on for suction. When you've got suction, disconnect, the hose, and you should have, an increased flow rate of water. The third method would be to stick both garden hose heads into the pool, submerge them. Once both garden hose heads have been submerged in water, cover one end of the garden hose with your palm underneath water and stick it out, and you should have some increased suction pressure, which is quite dependent on the length of your hose. But the two most effective methods I have found is either you get someone to help you tilt your pool so that you've got increased water volume at the end of the drain valve cap, as earlier highlighted, or utilize a small fountain echo pond pump. And here I have got a garden hose accessory. This accessory is the 1/4-inch adapter, and I will be screwing this onto the T connector of the pump. Essentially, the 1/4-inch adapter helps prevent leaks when you connect your garden hose to the T connector. The garden hose comes here, but if you haven't got your garden hose, do not worry, you can disconnect the 1/4-inch adapter and then subsequently push fit your garden hose into the T connector of the pump, just like that, directly without the 1/4-inch adapter. The only thing is that you might get tiny leaks here and there, but it should still work. You should still get the desired flow rate, okay? So pretty much, just connect your garden hose onto the T connector. You should hear an audible click sound, and you're good to go. But if you haven't got the 1/4-inch adapter, just plug your garden hose directly to the T connector of the pump, okay? Without the 1/4-inch adapter, you might just get, minute or small amount of water escaping from the sides of the garden hose, okay? Make sure you disconnect your pump, from the electricity supply before you submerge it in water. That's because basically current flows in all directions and will follow the least resistance path. Your body contains about 60% of water, and you're also dealing with pool water. Water increases the propensity for electrocution or a short circuit. Suffice to say, your body will be the earth and current will flow through you down to earth, and you don't want all of the blood drying up in your body. And although the pump is used to circulate water and has, been designed with an added layer of protection and is quite sturdy, do not take chances, take precautions, okay, for safety. And so this is the flow rate adjuster here. And if you have to adjust the flow rate, disconnect the electricity, okay? Adjust the rate and switch back on. And although your pump unit, needs to be fully submerged in water, do not install the pump unit the way I've done here. Switch it up from the mains before you install, maintain or handle your pump equipment, or before placing your hands in the pool. So ensure that your unit is disconnected from the electricity supply, okay? So the proper way to do it would be to connect the required attachments, position your unit, fully submerge your pump unit in water, ensure it's on a level and steady surface at the bottom of your pool to prevent silt contamination. I don't think you'd be having a lot of silt in your pool. Connect your 1/4 inch adapter or connect your garden hose if need be with an adapter. Adjust the flow rate by turning the flow adjuster clockwise to increase it and anti-clockwise to reduce it. And you can see here that we've managed to get our flow rate back up and running. It's significantly increased, okay? And we can, swiftly get the leftover water out of the pool. We can drain it out successfully, okay? And that's basically because a pump is a machine that moves a fluid, either liquid or gas, from one place to another. And so when you drain out the remainder of the excess water, to the lower limit of your pump unit threshold level, you can then turn away or scoop out the remainder of the water from your pool. And that's about it really. If you found the information in this video useful, don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Helps the channel grow. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening, and hopefully catch up with you later. Goodbye.